all due respect to the fans here, obviously Rob and I are fans ourselves, but this is a fan-made battle. Like, if you listen to anybody that involved with the Giants, there is no battle here. You listen to even one of the two players, there is no battle. Because
correct,
we're talking about quarterback here, and that's the supposed battle between Drew Lock and Daniel Jones. Again, if you listen to what they're saying, Drew Lock even says there's no battle. This is his job. But the fans keep doing it. You see fans, hate DJ basically just talking up Drew Lock as if he's like a future MVP. Guys, this is his third team now. He hasn't done a damn thing. Hasn't done a goddamn thing. I get it if you get some like rookie and you want to be really high in him. Like, this was a sleeper. This was a guy I thought was going to do very good. Like, New England's talking up Joe Milton right now that was with Tennessee. And I get that to a degree. It's still a little crazy to think that somebody who's never played an NFL game was a late round pick is going to do great. But, Drew Lock, we've seen him play. We've seen him play, guys. But you know what's really keeping this go is we've seen Daniel Jones play.
Well, and also, and you want to put your tinfoil hat on, you want to start talking about like different things that's happened around the NFL, because let's be honest, we've seen some quarterbacks in the league that should be a backup that started and had a career as a starter in the NFL. Yeah. Geno Smith, exactly where Drew Lock just came from. So you look at a guy that's.
I love that you brought that
up. That's where a lot of this has come from.
Here's why I'm saying we've talked about this before on the show. Russell Wilson excelled in Seattle. He went to Denver, poop. Geno Smith, poop everywhere he's been. Goes to Seattle, great. There is something
that's not used the word great, but
he was great one year. He was okay last year. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. But still, what I'm saying is he's playing his best football ever.
Yeah.
So the fact that Drew Lock couldn't take a starting job away from Geno Smith means he's not better than Geno Smith. I'm sorry that I'm going to set the bar higher than Geno Smith.
And I mean, we got 10 years of the NFL of Eugene Smith there. So
I'm just saying like that. Is this how low we're setting the bar? Because we're this desperate to get rid of Daniel Jones? Like, guys, really, is that where I'm curious, because I get it. Jones is not the answer long term, guys, but he's the best answer we have right now. It's almost like when you're in like a press conference and somebody asks a question, like, I'll give you this, and then I'll have to get back to you with the rest from there. Like, that's what Daniel Jones is the human equivalent of, basically. Like,
he is
what we got now.
It's when you're at the bar singing with your guy friends, and it's about last call on Tuesday night. That's Daniel Jones.
What's wrong with that? There's a reason we don't shoot on Tuesdays, guys.
So that's your Saturday night lineup. I'm just saying.
Better night. The bartenders are a little more watchful on you to make sure your drink is full.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think that's where it's at. And like I said, to me, it's a completely fan-made thing. I don't think Daniel Jones has anything to worry about unless he looks like Daniel Jones last year. If he looks like Daniel Jones last year, yeah, Drew Lock might get a shot. But they're going to give him every single chance to fail at this.
100%, because then they'll justify getting rid of him next year and not extending that contract.
Yeah, and Deb says, I've read that one criticism of Lock is that he cannot absorb the playbook. That would be worrisome. Yes, that would be damn worrisome at that point, Deb.
Yeah,
that is absolutely crazy. I mean, that's like Kyler Murray level at that point. Like, what's next? Here's a clause: you stop playing Call of Duty and you walk.
Yeah, I was about to say, here's your Call of Duty account. It's suspended.
Yeah, like, seriously. And that's what people don't realize sometimes is that there's so much work that you have to put in to be a good starting quarterback in this league. And that's what gets me, and I think it gets a lot of us. And it's like people look at like these are Jones sympathizers. And those of y'all have been watching and listening for, a couple of years now. So we've been on now for a year and a half now or so. Yeah. I've been more anti Daniel Jones than I think it's safe to say than me and Rob. I think I've been a little more critical.
Safe to say? Yeah.
Yeah, it's safe to say. I'm even saying The man puts the damn work in, guys. He puts the work in. And I get it. He doesn't read defenses well. I lambasted him that nonstop, guys. He puts in the work. He's a leader. He's the best we got.
No, and
he's the best we got.
Listen, he's already got a reputation with the guys that he's in the locker room with. They all respect him. You got a guy that's coming out of nowhere that can't read not that he can't read the playbook, he just can't keep it in, which is a big problem when you're trying to call audibles in the middle of play and try to tell players what to do. Like, and Daniel Jones, when he was good, he did that a lot the prior season. Like, there was a lot of non-conformed plays that he was able to control from the lack of pocket that he had.
But he didn't look great in Denver. You know, that they traded away him to get Russell Wilson because of how bad he was looking. You know, he lost the starting job even already at that point, you know. He couldn't take the job away from Geno Smith. I'm sorry, guys. I get it. We're all desperate for an option that is not Daniel Jones. I get it. You all know how much I pounded like the table nonstop for Michael Penix Jr. Nonstop.
Yeah.
Deb will tell you, she was like, enough of that already. But it's like, you have to realize there's no hero coming, guys. There's no one coming at a cape here.
I need a hero.
Like, Rourke is not the answer. He'll probably be back in the CFL at some point. Tommy DeVito is not the answer, as much as the fun story we'd love for it to happen. Drew Lock is just not that good. So I'm not saying embrace Daniel Jones. I'm just saying accept it and hope for the best.
2 years ago, all over again.
Honestly, I think that's a safe bet to say he's got a better offensive line than he had last year. He's got a weapon like he's never had in Malik Neighbors. Granted, Malik Neighbors never has played an NFL snap. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But he's got the potential at least, to be we said, the best wide receiver since OBJ. And I don't think that's crazy to say. I really don't.
No.
Honestly, it's not even saying that much. Our wide receivers.
I was about to say it's not saying much at all.
Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson have probably been the best too. We like both those players a lot, but neither one of them are a number one. They're not a Batman. They're Robins.
Yeah, I mean, Wan'Dale also. We'll get to him later as well, but I'll talk about him later.
Well, no, we're not talking about him later, so you're good.
I know. I'm just saying he's never got the opportunity. He comes in his rookie year, tears his ACL. Like, he started to come around. Like, I won't say he's. I have a higher ceiling for him than just a Robin. Maybe not a Batman, but he could be that Nightwing, like the guy. Like,
you just love bringing up Nightwing. You just always like.
I do. You got to go because you're like
maybe
the boy wonder.
Maybe he could be the Darkwing Duck.
Oh,
I got the Darkwing Duck shirt on. I am the terror that flaps in the night. It says. Love that show.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.